We're back in Sword. I think today's goal is going to be getting myself the shiny charm. Now I've been a bit lax with this. Like we've got our team of 5, and I feel could probably just sweep most of the game. Vicavolt has been doing incredibly well, to be honest. But yeah, I think we're ready just to get through the game. Like we've been trying to do a few DAs on the side, which is nice because that is what brings a few more people in. But we'll jump into DAs once we get the shiny charm. Now, like I would like to get all the way to Wyndham, pretty much because, well, that's the whole map unlocked. So if we want to do our shiny hunt races, we have our location set. So yeah, that's going to be the goal. I believe I did the yeah, this is what we stopped at. Yeah, we stopped at here. So we've got to face this first person that has Clefable, which is usually quite difficult in a Nuzlocke, but we're pretty prepared for it. We have our Vicavolt with Poison Jab, so yes. And because it has Metronome, you never know what you're going to deal with if you're playing like the same levels. I think this is the only compulsory battle on. Oh no, there's one. The second one from the end is compulsory. I think there's like a chef outside the village or the town. Now there is still a big part of me that thinks I should just go and do all of these, but I just don't want to. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like them that much. It's fine. Like I get home with it. I know I could accidentally run into some people, but yeah, that's a consequence of my actions, right? Am I clever enough to dodge everything? So that's kind of what I've got to think about. But yeah, the DAs we said will be a potential thing, but they're not essential. Well, good. That was actually pretty good. Usually you get stuck there. Run into at least one. She's at a good angle, I think. Actually, no, I need to go here, don't I? I don't need to worry about getting to that back stair. Yeah, perfect. That's where you go and do the fossil stuff. We can get past that one. Yes, so there we go. That was pretty easy. This is a perfect example of why this route is designed to look really good. Has good Pokemon, has everything that's quite interesting, but they're so small. It really is frustrating that you can't spend more time there. So yeah, that's probably the big downside. As we've mentioned, we do like a lot of the map designs, but it's just they are a little bit frustrating. Now I think this one is the Sudowoodo with Sturdy Encounter, which is only another frustrating thing to face because it can ruin your Nuzlocke. Well, ruin something on your Nuzlocke. I had something in one of them. I think it was in the rock gym. I thought, yeah, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. And I went in with Dreadnought to face a Sudowoodo, took out it down, hit the sturdy, then hit counter on me and knocked me out, which was really annoying because Dreadnought was going to be pretty much key to winning that battle. We did have alternatives, but because we planned quite a long way ahead, if we're honest. Now Hopper won a battle once we get here, which is fine. Good day, Greaves. Welcome in. How are we today? We are doing a little bit of story today. It's not the most engaging story, but we need to get a little bit further to get the shiny charm. And once we get the shiny charm, we can do our best odds for shinies. And we've done all the homework as such. We've put all the Pokemon in. What do you have to sell today? A pearl. I don't really want a pearl, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. It's a slower part of the game, but I wanted to do a bit more of it while we were going with this game, but we missed the last Sword episode because I was out on the Thursday, and Sword is Monday and Thursdays. So yeah, we've fallen behind, but once we get the shiny charm here, all three of the main games are ready to do all sorts of races and whatever I want to do. Granted, I don't have the shiny charm in others, but you don't need them. Welcome in, Dragon. And Kim, how are we both? I am good. So I say we're just going to do a little bit of story today. We are a little bit behind, I think is the best way to put it. But how are things with you two? Good, good. I did see you changed your schedule for your stream as well. So what have we got? We will use this. Okay, so that means you're looking to do a little bit more of your fire red today, or this afternoon, I guess. And what was it you're planning to play? Kim, is it still Fortnite or the split faction thing? No? Splitgate? I can't remember the name of it. It is lost on me. What did he just say? Wacky. Actually, I've got an ice bang, that'll do. Fair enough, I get it. It's frustrating when they're not... when you want to get more done and there's noise around. Fair enough, Kim. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the birthday. And indeed didn't like me today. Yeah, I get that feeling. Actually, we can keep this out because we've got Psychic Fang, and suddenly this Basculin's going to walk through hot. The worst thing is, if I get as far as my absolute desire, I've still got to face hot 3 more times. Yes, I did see you mentioning whether you decided whether to go or not to go to work in KBD's stream as well. Which he talked you into it, I believe. It's a very frustrating part because you're probably so used to like the school routine, and then suddenly the weekends are like, you've got to be here all weekend, and all of that time you've spent at school where you get told Saturday and Sunday are your free days suddenly is no longer a thing. It is such a strange thing that that's how schools treat us, or treat everyone now. Not for dancing again, is it? That's the question. Was it for dancing again, Kim? For dancing. It's a strange one because as long as you're still serving the customers, it doesn't really seem like too much of a problem. But if there's a line and you're dancing, then it is a problem. So you're moaning at you because you weren't dancing. You put downtown and country since it's another town in the UK. Saying I went to apply for a job and it turns out it wasn't in the town. Trust me, I've seen that. One of the best ones for that is William Hill. They put out jobs, just say, I can't remember what the jobs were, but they put them out there and you fill out your forms or you go to the job application site. So bearing in mind that I live in the south of England, right, you put in and it comes up and it goes, oh, this job is in Scotland. And it's like, okay, but I put within 10 miles of where I am. Why are you telling me about a job in Scotland? But again, as I said, if you're just dancing when there's nobody around, it should not be a problem. But if there's a queue and you're dancing and not paying attention, then I can see it being a problem. That's probably the best way to put it. I tend to put the town in just because it's easier for me. 007, ready for action. But after this weekend, I don't want to be anywhere near the town. I hate the summer. It gets turned into an absolute mess. Let's be honest. And time for a giant game of pinball. He said if I don't care, he said if I was a little or a dance party, I'm not paying you for a dancing. If you see dancing one more time, you'll be 1 foot in front of the other out of the door. Well, it doesn't work like that when it comes to disciplinary things to start with. You will have some rights if he has given you a warning to say you're not allowed to do it, as in a written, verbal, and has witnesses, etc., etc. That's fair enough with what he's saying. But if he has never given you any form of warning, he cannot threaten you like that, because it isn't gross misconduct. It might not be what he wants you to do, and that's why he's trying to be nice, but he will have to go through a warning system before he even considers it, or you can sue them for wrongful dismissal. So it's simple as that. And it wouldn't be classed as a verbal warning, because unless, we'll both be corrected with this, whether this was said behind closed doors with a witness making statements, and that's the caveat to whether it is right or wrong. If he's just saying it to you in passing, that is not a verbal warning. Because first of all, he has to give you notice that he wants to have a disciplinary procedure with you, which he has not. And he said that he would slap him in the face and out. Yeah, this sounds very unprofessional management. Like, if he is not happy with you dancing, he should be, first of all, taking you into a private management place to discuss it with you and why he does not want it. And that should be the first action. And then after he's not happy with it, he should then be saying, taking you in, offering you a witness for a warning and a disciplinary. And even if it is just a verbal, you would have somebody on your side to say, it's your choice, you could go in with nobody, but he also needs somebody to take notes of the whole meeting. And if there are no notes, there's no proof of anything he's done. Then it would be, because it's not actually anything wrong, to be honest, it's just you having fun when you probably shouldn't be, but that's a different discussion. He isn't happy with what you're doing, which is fine, he's allowed to. There's nothing wrong with that. But then he would then have to give you a proper warning procedure, which would also have to be done in writing to you, even if it is a verbal warning. Yeah, so even if it's a verbal warning, you would have to have it in writing to say it's a verbal warning. Because it needs to have proof of it being an action. But then if that's what he says verbally, then it's a written warning, then it's a final written warning, and then you're gone. And not being very good at your job is a different discussion too. Or not doing what he likes is a different discussion, unless you're under a temporary contract and he just won't renew it. But as I said, it's been sounding very questionable since we've talked about it. And as I said, as long as there's no queue, and there never is a queue on which bit you're doing, there shouldn't be an issue. But if there is a queue, then you can see why there's an issue. Does that make sense? Because the last thing that this guy wants is a big queue at his fun fair, because you're off dancing away in the background. But if there's no queue and you're just killing time, looking happy and looking like you're enjoying it, he should actually be happy, because it's more important that the people look like they're enjoying it. Um, and the alternative is, what does he want you to do? Stand there and just be bored? It depends. If the others aren't doing it, you can sort of get it, because then you're making the others look bad without meaning to, because he might look at it and go, well, none of the others are doing it, why do you need to do it? That sort of attitude. Oh dear. Pop. But at the end of the day, it's not. It's, as I said, it's only to do with a queue. If he doesn't like it, he should make a very big point to say, and say if it happens again. Maybe again. Does he know this when he hired you? Was it filled out that you have a disability when you started working there? That's a key thing to note. If you didn't disclose that, then he wouldn't understand. If that was never asked, then again, he hasn't really gone through the hiring process correctly, because you're always meant to offer the person a chance to talk about disabilities and a compliment. Then yeah, it just seems like they just want you to stand there and be bored. And the fact is, if you stand there and be bored, you'll be less interested in helping the customers. I think that's probably the best way to put it. But then there could be other minor things that might be. It might be more of an age thing as well. And that sounds harsh, but technically, depending on what you're dancing, people could be doing things that they shouldn't be doing. I think that's probably one other thing that could be a concern. But that's the only other side of it. But then if that's a concern, you should only hire 18 or older. Yeah, it's very difficult to keep yourself occupied. That's why with the old one I had, I was busy all day, so I was fine. Yeah, that's not what I mean, but what I'm saying is, if one of the reasons why he doesn't want you personally dancing is an age thing, because there are weirdos in the world, he should have an 18 plus hiring process. That's what I mean by it. But otherwise, it just sounds like they just want people not to be interested in the job. That's pretty much what it sounds like from what you're saying. They just want you to sit there and be bored and not care. Which sounds like most jobs, to be honest. You're meant to just stand there and be bored. Well, he sort of is by the sounds of it. It's like he doesn't want people dancing. He doesn't want people looking happy. But then all you need is one person to complain, and that's probably why. There's probably been some stupid person that's complained that you were dancing and he didn't want to make a big deal of it. There's a good chance it's something as stupid as that. Like one place I worked, they used to just do sample foods on Fridays, and we used to have a chef lady come in and do it, and one day she wasn't there because she was on holiday and we didn't have any, and somebody put a complaint in that we weren't doing samples on that day. A proper complaint, not a, oh, where's the food sort of jokey attitude, a proper complaint. And then eventually it turned into a big hoo-ha, and the whole thing got stopped because someone else complained about something else, that the food wasn't prepared, or they didn't like how the food was, or it was only meat or something, and there was a big hoo-ha and it got stopped. And That's what I mean. Just one person could, or the idea was because the staff pretty much were only given bread and a toaster on that Friday, they would go and have a sandwich off them, and customers would complain that the staff were taking them. But that's because the staff never got fed properly, apart from, as I say, bread, butter, and a toaster, and that was it. So yeah, the people are Karens, as people like to use the name, but people just like to complain to say they're complaining, when in the reality is, even if I was going to the fun fair, which I don't like fun fairs, and there was some silly little kid dancing away while I was waiting in queue, you would have a joke about it. Because it looked like you were having fun and you weren't just bored and staring at your phone. If you were just doing this and ignoring everybody, then that's worse than you sort of dancing and go, oh, sorry, and just dancing over. If you get what I mean. And they can see that you're enjoying it. Let's see. Hello, Potter. Welcome in. How are you today? A company doesn't need to provide food for an employee, but as long as the food is paid for, then it shouldn't be a problem. So, the Friday sample things were completely free, but quite often the idea was most of the staff would wait until the person was free serving. It wouldn't be pushing on front of a customer, but the idea was to actually get the customers to try different things to buy, rather than, oh, here we go, have some free food. But the staff wise, for staff, food wasn't paid for. You'd have to pay for your own food, but that was like almost like a reward for like the week's work. You could go and have something as simple as like a bacon sandwich. Yeah, that was pretty much it. There wasn't too much more to it. So it's as we said, it's a bit of a strange one. The same thing happened when they ended up getting rid of the coffee machine, and that was because of the pandemic. But they got rid of the free coffee machine, and customers complained about that too. Because somebody was literally, their whole day was spent tidying it up or refilling it and stuff. It was silly. It got well out of hand, and the customers would just come in, pick up the free like packs of biscuits, get a cup of coffee, and sometimes they would just go. They wouldn't even buy anything. And then they would take the biscuits back to their shop and try and sell it. It was a weird session. Weird place. But that's because people like to take advantage of nice things, shall we say. But there, that was the comedy. I think Kim's gone anyway. But so all of my words of advice have gone. So yeah. And for Potter, who's just arrived, we're going to try and get the shiny charm today. We've done all the work we need to do. So yeah. No worries. Thank you for the luck. We're just doing pretty much beating Opal and getting to Sir Chester today, which shouldn't take long with our Dynamax team. Yeah, that's fine. I've done this about 6 times in the last like 3 months. How come you've nearly uninstalled it, or is it just because of updates and stuff? Or just because it's slow, or not working the way you would like it? Or just a misclick? What I've remembered I probably should do is actually make Stream Elements a moderator so I can put the link in. That would have solved my other problems. Yeah. It is interesting seeing everybody using different things. Like, I know that Stream Elements now has a multi-stream tool built in that goes straight into OBS. But now Twitch are questioning whether they want people to multi-stream. And they're sort of banning people for doing it. Which is quite interesting. but never mind. We tried it, we couldn't get it to work, so that was helpful. Yeah, just the setup, uninstall full apps under each other. I look at the picture and click on uninstall and notice it early enough. Okay, I'm not quite sure why you need to. Can't you put it like a desktop icon or something? At all, not. Is that not an option for you? I know you have some of it on hard drive and some of it on the actual laptop. But it's weird that the uninstall / setup is something you need to do each time. That makes sense. Okay. As I say, it just seems very strange that it's in. You need to do it through a folder. No, as I said, it's not nothing to do with what you do and don't click buttons. I just mean it's very strange that the only way you can open it is through a folder. Is there not like an option to right click on it and just make a shortcut on the desktop? Because that's probably the quickest thing you could do to save a bit of time. Or save you. Well, the other thing you could try to do is when it's open, if you're on a desktop, you can actually you're keeping it off the desktop to save the memory. Okay, that explains a bit more. That sounds like it's using way too much though. Like, it shouldn't be using that much, surely. Especially with what what we both do. Like, we're not playing like difficult PC memory CPU games, let's be honest. We should be able to run the basics of a Streamlabs OBS, whichever one you want to use, without any hiccups or overuse of memory. But I guess it depends how much memory you've got on the laptop. The way you mention it, it sounds more like it's closer to sort of lower, like the 4 gigabytes, maybe less. Then it also sounds like you should try to get rid of a lot. Or do you have like a OneDrive? Or anything that you can start like condensing stuff down for it, put it all into like a compressed folder, just to save a lot of space and memories at all. But it is funny how we were talking about tech things and I discovered I had basically done one minor thing wrong with Discord and it's fixed now, but there's nothing I can do for the current members. Anyone else who joins is fine, but the current members have to manually click it. It's funny. But yeah, but you don't have OneDrive stuff. I looked into it. It mentions about, yeah, Microsoft is a sub thing. It's a very annoying thing. Because I use Word and a bit of Excel and PowerPoint, I reluctantly have to do it each year. I probably could just do the free or do the one where you buy it once, but the OneDrive is crucial for most of my stuff. I use way too much memory. So you have bigger space on your laptop than I do. I think that's combined. I think. I'm pretty sure the one I watch on is only about at best, actually it might be about the same as the one I use to stream on. I think the one I stream on is 256. Can't be 100% sure. I think it might be that big. It's not very good, like. But as I said, no, I've not got too much on here. Like, the thing that takes up the most space, ironically, is actually all the videos that I make. If I don't delete them, I've got to manually uninstall and reinstall the clip champ thing I use. I wasn't meant to press that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I use that for doing the basics of editing. It's nothing fancy, it does what it says on the tin, so I'm relatively happy with it. But yeah, that's the one I use, and it does the job. We're probably going to keep Vicavolt for this, you know. We're mainly facing fairies. There's only one steel type, and we've got a ground move. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's get into this one. I don't even care if I get the questions right, to be honest. Should be pretty fine. Let's keep going. Okay, so yeah, we'll go straight into this one. This just shows you how quick this game can run if you just want a speed run for your shiny charm. It's fine. But yeah, that's the other side of it. Like, I get it. Everything is just too much. Because I use Steam a lot, and most of the Steam saves actually go into a cloud. Yeah, so it's a lot of the games. Like, I get that you want to keep them. Like, are they just? This is the weird way to put it. Are they just games, or are they Steam games? If that makes sense. Because obviously, if they're Steam, you can uninstall and download them, and your saves will be kept in the cloud on Steam. But if they're other stuff, I get why you haven't. And then I guess the other stuff is more frustrating because, as we said, they do take up quite a lot of space. I think I actually cleared all bar Radical Red off mine. I didn't really want to be using them anymore. So that's my way of fixing the problem. But then the laptop I use is I pretty much bought for Football Manager, so I could have a lot of leagues open. So it's never really had too much put on it. It's got Microsoft, and that's pretty much it. And it does have Steam games, but as I say, the Steam games I get are not very big. They don't take up much space. Like, anything I've got is less than a gigabyte. I don't think I've got anything on the computer that is more than a gigabyte. Like an app wise or game wise. So that's pretty nice, to be honest. Well, the Steam ones are saved in the Steam cloud as such, so it's a bit less of a demand. One of the most frustrating ones was the old TEW because it takes ages. Yeah. So as I say, I get it. Like, when you buy laptops, you don't think you're going to need that much space, and then suddenly you need a lot more than you ever imagined. And then like the memories is a bit of a pain because you've got to try and do something to make the memory have more space, and I always forget how to do it. And I'm always sort of near the edge of my limits on everything. Like, before I started deleting or moving everything straight onto the OneDrive, nearly every couple of weeks the memory would be full on this laptop from the videos I was doing, and that was also editing them down as well. So yeah, no worries. So yeah, we are flying through this, aren't we? It doesn't really matter if I get this question wrong. Oh yeah, something I got yesterday while I tried to have a quick look on Go before I went to sleep, and there was a shiny furfrou outside my house. Very nice shiny to get added to my team. It's a very weak one, but I think it was 2-star, which I'm kind of happy with. 2-star ones are pretty rare, but yeah, that was good. Bye bye. Bye bye. Is it 2 or 3 I've got to face? Is it? It must be 3. 2 seems too easy. Morning, Miss Jeep. How are we? It is about 12 o'clock, so just starting the afternoon. We are doing story today because, well, shiny hunting is kicking our ass pretty much. No, we need to get something to make shiny hunting easier, and we're nearly there, but we keep getting distracted and we missed a session on this game, so we're on a bit of catch up. So yeah, we have to beat the fairy gym. At least it's a bit later than yesterday, I guess. That will probably be the best way to put it. You're weak to everything, aren't you, Mr. Gardevoir? Curry? That's probably not the right answer, but I don't care. Nice, nice. At least it's a nice, relaxing day then, where you can save some energy to torment KBD a bit later, maybe. And you get some games of Fortnite in if you are today. Yeah, so that's the train is done. That's good. Which is always helpful. She starts with a coffin, so I might actually start with the Basculin. Well, welcome back, Dragon. No, it doesn't. But yeah, I think he enjoys it, doesn't he? And I also got a bit of an invite to go. One of my friends has a landmark birthday next year, and he wants to go to the Belgium Grand Prix for it. I did look at the prices. I'm not impressed. It's, from what I could tell, it was like close, if not over, like $2,000. And do I really want to do that? Is it completely up to date? I know that the updates are an absolute bitch on laptops. I have 2, right, and one, the updates take about 2 hours. The other one, they take 5 minutes. They're the same update, only a couple of years between them. It just doesn't work. It's just a pain. I absolutely hate it when there is an update, because then you find out halfway through the morning that it's doing an update, and you're like, oh, that's why you're not working properly. But it's also got to the stage where it's overheating a lot because it's on too much. It does like 13-14 hour days. Can't handle that. I do try to keep it on and off charge, not just always on, powered on, but it only has about 3 hours battery at best. Welcome in, Mr. Belgium. Did you manage to get your shaman last night? Or is it still eluding you? From when I get up to when I go to bed. Yeah, that's pretty much about the same as mine. I don't keep both on all day. I don't, unless I'm doing screeners, I don't have both on. I've been trying to start to rotate them all after stream, so I'll keep the streaming one on for another 2 or 3 hours while the other one is off, and then go back to the old one for the evening one before bed now, just to try and rotate it, because it doesn't help that it's really hot at the moment, and again, it's not me moaning at the heat, I'm not too bad, but it just makes everything harder to charge and stuff like that. Like even my phone wouldn't charge the other day because it was too hot. That's crazy. Didn't even know that was a thing, but well, hopefully you get it soon. Yeah, my one does get used for pretty much everything. Don't worry. It does do all of the searching, the Discord updates, the Twitch. It's just I'm trying to rotate it around a little bit more. And what total did you end up with on your Shaman Hunt in the end? So I know there was a lot of discussion about competitive Pokemon, which was quite interesting. You have very strong opinions about it. 6,300, right? I swear you were on 6,000 the other night. I could have sworn you were higher. That's what I thought. I thought you were a big total. We are going to swap against the Alcremie because we've got Poison Jab. That one's really deciding to be difficult to you, isn't it? Are you sure you're happy going for all of the crazy difficult ones first and then sort of hopefully flying through the easy ones? You don't want to take a break from a difficult one just to spend a month getting a few. Because it seems like you're suffering with that Shaman. I did see it. When you've got your Alcremies, is that just the 7, or are you going to shiny all 63, or whatever the number is? Because again, you don't need to. It's not going to make a difference. So the funniest thing is I could just trade you some spare shiny Milceries, because I've got about 20. It's now I got 10. I haven't evolved and I won't be using. So you're going to get all... Oh, so that's the basic ones, not the shiny ones. Okay, I thought you were going all the shiny ones when I read that. But you've pretty much just got all legendaries and mythicals on there, from what I saw. So that's a big challenge. Hopefully you'll get most of them. And remember, if you do want to take part in Connect 4, pick yourself an emote and we can add you to the list. I'm probably going to start them. So you're going to do 126 Gmax Alcremies. And people call me a mad person. I bet you wish you could have saved those Milcery outbreaks that they had. But I guess the other side of that is you could spend a lot more time when you're in Scarlet and Violet just doing a session where if there's a Milcery outbreak, go and do that and then catch 2 or 3 and then next day do something else. My plan for this is to get a shiny of each Gigantamax form as well on top of their normal one. I've made a separate list on the spreadsheets for Megas and Gmax Pokemon. I know I can't. I don't know if I can actually make a Gmax Pikachu and Eevee or not. Or if it's only the 2 you can get for having Let's Go. So if that's the case, I'll just catch one that is going to be classed as the Gmax form on top of it. It's not the end of the world if it's not. But I'm probably not going to give them all the Gigantamax stuff because, well, I have to actually play the story. I'm not going to do the Champions Cup on this save. Pretty much. I'm going to go all the way to Wyndham, and that's when I stop playing the story. And when we do the Shield run through, we'll do the whole story so we can get all of the Swords of Justice when we do Shield. That is the plan. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather get back into Dynamax Adventures or have the full map for shiny hunting on here, but I also don't want level scaling done. I want my low level Pokemon. Bit lazy, but it works. I'll be able to catch everything if I get all 8 badges and unlock all the areas, with the exception of the Slumbering World. I don't think I can go there yet, but I don't know when it starts to level scale everything to 60, but I imagine it's after you become champion. So now I've got to beat Hop again, because he's very needy. Let's go. Beep. We may get some Dynamaxing in today, but I don't know. It does seem like Dynamaxing has become a little less popular over the last few months from what I've seen. Well, I know like yourself and Dragon will jump in. We don't seem to find many random people looking for people doing Dynamaxes anymore. And I've seen this even with like Robin, there's not too many randoms that come along. It's like a few of the usual suspects each time. I know you haven't done too many either, so that's also noticeable, because like you used to have a lot of randoms turn up for them, but then you also had some regulars that you don't see as much anymore. So yeah, like it's fine. Like we knew that the DAs were going to be a bit of a wave. Like they're always going to be something people are interested in until they get the legendary, and as soon as they get the legendary, they're going to walk away from being interested in taking part. It's part of the process. It's how the games work, sadly. Right, off the Sirchester. We have to beat Hop. Yeah, that's also why I'm focusing more on Shaman and the hunts. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's still nice to have people like yesterday. I think you had a lot more fun with the Shaman hunt as well, because there was a lot of people chatting. But the day before, you could tell you were a bit less interested because there was nobody, or the chat was very quiet, if that makes sense. And it sort of gets to you when it happens to me as well. Like if we're doing a part of this chapter and there's nobody chatting, I will lose a lot of interest in doing it. But yeah, where it's all about where the races are and happening in Twitch when everyone wants to play. Yeah, that is the thing. That's why we want to make these shiny hunts a bit more interactive. Safari Month is difficult because I know it sounds like harsh, but the problem with Safari Month is it's not that accessible for Switch people, from what I can tell. I think that's probably the best way. Yeah, and that's what I mean. If nobody's around, it's a little bit shorter. Well, welcome in, Io. Welcome to our Switch 2 Shiny Living Dex today. We are in Sword. We want to get to the Shiny Charm basically today, at least. So it's kind of just unlocking the final few towns, going through to Wyndham. I might not even... Yeah, we'll go up to Wyndham because then we can unlock the ice area. Pretty much. But I was thinking of making Sunday race days going forward. Nice. How many have you got so far? So if I made Sunday like race days, yeah, and that's also true. When you are doing a playthrough, you're sort of doing it as well. Well, hopefully you can turn that and get a couple. Like I've been trying for Route 1 shinies for ages. I never got one. I gave up in the end. Now we're going to be doing races, so what the idea will be is we will pick like Route 1 in Sword and Shield and see how many shinies chat can get in 3 hours or something. That is one of the side sort of races that we're going to do. I had the charm. I beat nearly 900 Wooloo and it still never turned up. So I never knew what I was doing wrong. Yeah, so we're kind of just working our way down. Nick, it is being elusive. It is an annoying one. But when I mention these races, what we'll do is we'll do one in Galar, one in Paldea, and one in Hisui, and we'll rotate through each. We'll do like 3 a month maybe. But I am looking forward to getting Connect 4 going. I think that could be fun, to be honest. And we've got 4 people involved so far. I will need to do the board eventually. But I've decided I'm not going to do the board because I don't want to know what's going to be on it. And if I know what's on it, it kind of defies the point. I will know the day before, but not if I do it now. I can start planning my hunts, and it's a bit unfair. When you say you're targeting Route 1, is that for a sort of shiny badge quest or anything, or is it just because you want to hunt them? That's a good question, I think. Okay, so hop is not much of a problem. Heat more. We have a ground move, it'll be fine. Not a very good ground move, but it'll do. Let's get it with the ground move. Pop. Yeah, knew it wasn't going to knock it out, but it won't knock me out. And we dodge. We be dodging. Always good to be dodging. Oh, he used a hill. That's not fair, Hop. Just the Route 1 next to Hop's house. Yeah, Snorlax. Let's use this. I guess it'll do. We'll go with just the crunches. This one probably won't go down to one shot. Big crunch. Okay, that's good. 2 shots. Let's go again. 1 more crunch. And there we go. Snorlax is down. What is next? Was that it? Okay, we defeated him. Nice. Yeah, so I was just saying, is it you're only doing Route 1, as in, is it for a challenge, or is that because you want Blipbug, pretty much? If you want Blipbug, I do know somewhere else that's a little bit easier to get it. And you can see it. It's a key thing. But it's not something you can do at the beginning of the game. Right. I think I can get away with this. Oh, no, nearly. No chance, just want shinies? Okay. If you go to where you get the wish pieces from, originally, that if you go across the lake, there's a little area of grass over there, and Blipbug's one of the overworld spawns, I believe, there. Along with Nickit, Yampa, and Zigzagoon. I know I've got to face this one. I can't go and check myself right now because I don't have swim. I'm pretty sure Blipbug was an overworld spawn there. Yeah, and of course, obviously, the Sunderland would weld or also have them. So there, at least there's a couple of places if you do want it as an overworld. But again, if it was like a shiny badge quest, I would understand. I will keep this out, whatever. Okay, maybe not the best choice. But we can just use this. I think this is the only trainer you have to face on this route. Yeah. That one scientist. I think everything else I can dodge. Can we dodge everything? Oh no, we want to go this way. So I kind of like this route, to be honest, but I feel like you should be able to like slide down that little bit there. I know it sounds silly, and just seems like it's designed to be a slide rather than anything else. Ooh, good luck. I keep forgetting that's actually in this game. Nick past the failings. Oh no, slow rock chasing me. Ooh. This one is a bit harder to dodge. No, I don't think Caterpie is. Metapod is. I think the others are just more Wooloo and Rockety for the random encounters, if I'm honest. But that's about it. I think there's just the 4. Ooh, just got past that one. And up the stairs again. So you can tell I've done this too many times recently. Just by how often we can sneak through. Like, that's something I really should research more. What are the random encounters? Oh no, Sneasel, go away, Sneasel. After I get Rookity, I'll go there. Yep, that's if you do want it to be a little. If you're happy to do random encounters, because at least you know that you will get the blip book. But I think it's one of the rarer of the spawns, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I can't be 100% right. Sure, it has been a while. We were just there for the Dark Pokemon Challenge when we're doing all the Dark types. Yes, Nickit is good there. I guess a lot of it goes down to what levels you like to shiny hunt with. Route 1 is perfect because they're pretty much guarantees, aren't they? I think it's this room that's the shiny charm, right? Yes, it's this weirdo in the corner. But you have to talk to him twice. So we get the catching charm, and then we get... I don't know what the catching charm is for, or is that just something for playing the game? There we go. And the shiny charm. Lovely. Yeah, I used to use the quick balls a lot. That's why another thing. I want to try and put everything in the luxury balls. I was doing a phase where I was colour coding them, but didn't really work too well. Yeah, we used home to get the full Pokedex. We were very lazy. I didn't want to do a catching them all on this save, if I'm honest. I don't mind doing it on Violet because you see everything, so you could shiny hunt while you're doing it. That makes sense. But I didn't want to do it on this game because catching them all is a pain, especially the version exclusives. We may do a catch them all on the Shield one, but at the end of the day, I want this one to do a lot more Dynamax adventures than anything else. And if I have the Dynamax adventures unlocked, I can get my better shiny odds. Yeah, so we were very, very... I've done this already because I've got like a backup sword and shield save for DA, so if I'm hosting them and there's only one person wanting to join, I can put a third person in with my old Switch. I think the loading screens are a lot better. I haven't really noticed too many things, but then I wasn't one that really was overly critical of graphics in this game, so I don't know if it's truly better. I think it has some smoother edges, definitely. But I don't think it ever ran badly on the Switch, if we're honest. Maybe some of the wild area stuff turns up a little bit easier. But for the most part, I found it's pretty good at doing the basics. Like Legends Arceus again is another one It runs a little bit faster, but there's not too much difference, I found. But I've found if you had fiddled with your TV settings, the Switch 1 could give you those better picture qualities on Legends Arceus already. I don't think the console was the thing holding it back, it was the screen you were playing it on. I think it already had it built in. So yeah, that's what I've noticed. I think it was just go straight through, wasn't it? Afternoon, cheerio. How are we today? You feeling better than yesterday? We are at the gym because we need to get badges and get to swim, basically. But we might as well do all of them because they're all pretty fast with our broken team, if we're honest. We have a very broken team for this. I am good, thank you. And that's good to hear then, that you're better than yesterday. Are you up to much today, or just watching streams today? You're going to be off, set up, hopefully. Okay, have a good time. Yeah, I really went the wrong way there, didn't I? I'm not very good at this bit. I don't really like it. I think I'm one of those people who thinks most of these gym challenges are pointless because there's no benefit from doing them. I think that's the fair way to put it. You get nothing out of it. Thank you, and you too. That's good, good. Hopefully, as we say, you had a good time when you went out and about. And now you are back up and about. It's even better. It's this way. It may be straight through then. The best way to do this is just to knock them all out. Pretty sure you go round here. Nope. Oh, I was one step too far. Let's go round again. Da, da, da. I think I can get away without facing this person, because I think there's a route this way. No, there's not. There is actually a route this way. Nope. Going the long way. Nice, nice, and thank you for the support. Nope. There was a path through there, I missed it. Because we are playing the bot walk. You're facing the wrong way. Actually, you are. Nope. I don't want to face you. Turn the other way, sir. Because I think I need to go this way out of here. Nope. Yeah, it is right. It is right. But maybe I can go this way. Oh, there might be a path. I just don't want to do all the battles. Nope. I think I have to do this battle. Yeah. It's a bit annoying that it spawned you in the wrong place. So you're kind of stuck doing this battle. Right, so we have to go right round, I believe. And there we go. This one's even worse because it's in the dust. Yeah. Okay. We nearly got it right, right? We weren't that much of a bot. Oh. Well, it was quite surprising that walking in a straight line was not the worst option. There we go, we're on the first platform, and then we go this way. Nope, missed that one. It's very hard to see this one, I'm not going to lie. I think we go round. Oh, we were so close. I think we were one block off the... Oh, and we got to do the trainer battle. That's annoying. This is the thing that has the revenge. Okay, that's fine. It's a sturdy counter or revenge move that destroyed my dreadnought. But it is actually very hard to see this path. Right, so that was an easy battle. Right, we knew it was going round here. Oh. So we've got this bit right. Very nice, congratulations. And that's from the actual random encounters as well, isn't it? Can I see a bit better over there? Okay. Yes. It is funny trying to do this where I can't actually see. There we go. Okay, yeah, congratulations on the shiny Caterpie. We actually spent a lot of this challenge already going for one of them, but the fact that you got it in a random encounter is amazing. Where is the options? What is first, actually? Yeah, we've got the Basculin first, that's fine. We'll use Basculin. If you do fancy it, feel free to share the shinies in the Discord. We are going to be doing some shiny hunting adventures. I'm going to go with Brave. Yeah, we're going to be doing some shiny hunting games, so if you want to join in, that is a good place to start. Well, the main one I'm looking to start probably in July is a game of Connect 4, where we're going to have 100 Pokemon on a board, and the idea is to try and get 4 in a line, but people can sabotage your rows of 4, so it's whoever can get the most in a month or till the board's complete. The more players, the better, but you're only allowed to redeem one every 12 hours, so you can't just go and have a monster shiny hunting session and just clear up the board, because that would be a bit unfair on everyone else. But we've been trying to get people to just share along with shinies, because it's always nice to see what everyone gets. It's bold, okay. I'll be honest, I'm not the best understanding natures in Pokemon. When I first started, they weren't a thing, and when I've come back, I've never really got involved in them too much. So yeah, I'm still learning a lot of them myself, which is fine. Like, I'm one of these that plays more to picking the best moves. Like, well, I'm not a competitive player. I'm definitely not good enough to be a competitive player. It's more that I like to use a lot of different Pokemon. I get a bit bored if I have to use the same 3 or 4 on rotation. That makes sense. Right, now we will Dynamax. Yeah. And that's why I think I've always been under the... Like, I've watched some YouTubers that make the biggest point in the world about the natures of the Pokemon, and I never really understood it. How much bigger it is to everything you're doing, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's good. I know some people literally live and die by it, but I don't understand it. But we're trying to make a little community of people that can get involved with different elements of shiny hunting. So This challenge, as we've said from the very beginning, is designed to be very interactive. So, like, channel points can push things to happen. We could get really strange outcomes from all the stuff we're doing, if that makes sense. It isn't going to be just, I'm going to be shiny hunting. Like you're doing Route 1, one of my races is going to be Galar Route 1, 3 hours, starting at X time, see how many the community can get. So it gives everybody a chance to go back, look for something in that route that they have missed or want, or just haven't had time to hunt for. Yes, you might not get any, but you could get 2 or 3, and it'd be brilliant. So yeah, that's kind of the goal. So yeah, right, I want to go and get the bike, I said, didn't I? And I might as well just go and do Spike Muff and the last 2 gyms, really. They're not too difficult, from what I remember. But I wouldn't mind having a fire type, if I'm honest. So I may go and do a Dynamax adventure. I forgot what I put on my list. No. I really did. I don't think I've got anything with a fire type move, but it's just to deal with all of the annoying things, really. But I just want to be able to catch the highest level stuff possible, really. No one got the Draco fish. Interesting. Nobody's hunting. I don't know whether the birthday thing has finished in the TCG, to be honest. I've never really understood it. But yeah. And of course, our shiny nickname theme for the month is countries. And when we catch them all, we will be posting all of our living form decks with some form of photo in the Discord. So there'll be like a running list. So if people are missing or aren't able to make a stream, they will be in there. So everybody can see all of what we're getting. We're also going to use shiny decks to put all of our ones in. We will put the dupes in there because, let's face it, we're going to get a second or third Cricketot already, considering we have 5 shinies so far and 3 of them are Cricketots. Well, we've got the male and the female Cricketot, and we have the male Cricketoon. So yeah, it's not been great. But yeah, that was a very interesting moment when we actually caught the shiny Cricketot, and as soon as the ball had done the catching mechanics, the massive mass outbreak, the Cricketoon that spawned after it was shiny too. That was pretty nice. But we have, because we haven't really been shiny hunting, we haven't really hunted, or as we say, we haven't had run into too many randoms. The reason we got 3 on the last run of Legends Arceus is because we were doing the massive mass outbreak storyline, and we were just looking for stuff that was easy to clear, because we were a bit lazy that way. The Chingling was the complete random thing I ran into in Violet, and the Cricketot was just story mode progression. So yeah, everything we've got has been story progression. Nothing has been a target yet. But I'm looking forward to the races. So I might do a route race, a card race, but we'll pick the games. We'll go for all 3. Technically, there's usually 4 Sundays in a month, so maybe we could do 2 route races and 2 card races a month. But I want to try and make it every Sunday, because I'm not going to do Let's Go. I can't bring myself to go back to it. It was just annoying me too much. We'll go back to it eventually, but not now. Let's get some on the board first. Like when we get to 100, we may go back to it. But I need to get Legends Arceus done, and I'm missing Legends Arceus 2 weeks in a row. Because I'm going to be at the cinema on 2 Wednesdays. which I've set up as Legends Arceus Day. We said Sword and Shield is Monday and Thursday. Paldea is Tuesday and Friday. And Hisui is Wednesday and Saturday at the moment. But that is at the moment, always subject to change, depending on how things are going. It depends if like Saturday's an awkward way, because if I am going to go out, it'll quite often be Saturdays as well. So I don't want to miss 2 of the same game in the same week. But yeah, when we're trying to set this up, we are rotating our schedule around a lot. But as we said, we bought some bulk cards to do the draws for random card hunts. And we will probably do other things too. But again, everything is just about letting everybody come and enjoy things. That really hit harder than I thought it would. I also thought it would have died to that. Never mind. And you used a hyper potion, of course you did, Hop, didn't you? Can I survive? Yes, I can. Are you going to use another potion, Hop? No, you're not. Bye-bye. See ya. Yeah, and as we said, like, 4 HP, we better swap. What do we have? We don't really... We have this, actually. It does have a ground move. It's not a great ground move, but it will do the job. I think it's the best term. That's what I use as my best terminology. It'll do the job. Right. And it can make its accuracy a little bit weaker, which is always important. So yeah. So we have a mud slap. Pop. Let's keep going. We'll slowly work our way through this one. We know what we're doing, let's be honest. We're too over leveled. So none of this is difficult, really. If I had 4, I would probably be even happier, but whatever. A full team of 5 for the frustrating battles coming up against Raihan, but we'll fly through some of the other stuff. I think we have to do some Team Yell after this, then we get the water bike, swim through that area really quickly and get to Spikemuth, beat Marnie, beat some trainers, beat what's his face, Pierce, fly back to Hammerlock and do the right-hand stuff, which is frustrating to say the least. Oof. I don't really like the right-hand gym. Like, I always find it quite funny because Raihan as a gym leader is actually quite difficult to beat, but as the champion, he's actually pretty easy to beat. Because double battles are just so much more difficult. There's so much more strategy. It's crazy. So yeah, the story is going to get complete. And when you go up to Wyndham, you've got to do... I think it's at least 5 battles, but they're all going to be one-shots. I did say I would try and get a fire type. Maybe we do 1 DA. But I might have to just do a solo one, because DAs, as we say, I've died out a little bit recently. Which is fine. Like, in April we went so heavy on them. It was a bit probable too much that we did on them. Probably be alright. We will probably heal actually, just to be safe. Dun 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 dun. No. No, post. Door. I'm not very good at riding this bike. It's like being Lando Norris on the first lap. We go backwards and hit everything. We only really want the Basculin healed for one of the later fights, because Basculin might be quite good against Marnie. Because I think she starts... No, she's... It's a shell with Toxicroak or Lipard. I always forget. If it's Toxicroak, we're fine. But we want to do this for the Team Star. No, Team Yell. Hopefully dodge the one trainer on this route. Just, yes, lovely. And then, I can't remember if they just walk out the way or you have to battle them. I really can't remember. But tomorrow I'm looking to do a Union Circle in Violet because we will be going to the Blueberry Academy for the first time. We've been there just to get the Pokedex, but we never got the barbecue points unlocked. But we'll go and do the barbecue points and probably the Carmine fight. Because then if it's quiet, we can do some of the gym challenges. If it's busy, we can do Union Circle. I am in shock at just how slow Vikavolt is. That's a level 39 outspeeding me. Pangoro? Okay, we will swap. We'll use our El Creamy. Because we do love El Creamy. It's a very funky little Pokemon. Actually, this has a fire move, so we might not need to do a DA. This has Mystical Fire. And it will probably be good enough to beat everything that we find. So yeah, that's good. I keep forgetting that's a thing. With this, if we do get shinies in here, we're probably going to take photos in the camping setting. In Paldea, we're going to make sure we take all the photos where we catch things, because obviously you can have them in the real world. So yeah, that's kind of our plan. Like, we want to do not just the photo of the Pokemon of it in the game we're playing. Right, so this is good. Now we can use the ride stuff. Rotom Bike. Now we've got to... This is probably one of my biggest disappointments in this game, is how late you can get the Grappalox. Because it's such a cool Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go this way, do I? I just want to avoid that. We've got to go round because there would be a Grappalox waiting for us there. Just dodging all the flying stuff. There'll be one here too, but we can just about dodge it because it's slow. I will say it is an amazing shiny as well. Oh, we did all the hard work. We really did all the hard work and ran into a Pokemon. Okay. Never mind. We have to probably start doing some of the battling stuff. As well, so we can start getting the knockout totals up to apparently increase our shiny odds. I think that's how it works. Again, I've never really understood this mechanics in this game. One day I will. But until then, we'll worry about it later. What's that? Okay, I definitely was nowhere near that. But Clobbopus and Grappalock are such cool little shinies. Really love them. I really wish we could have got them earlier. Because this is Gym 7. What a Dhelmise there. Should have checked that, but never mind. Such a rare spawn, Dhelmise. But I don't know, we may do... With ZA around the corner, there may be some stuff that turns up a little bit easier. And if that's the case, it would be great. But yeah. It's a Lipard to start things off. Let's see. It was right. I was right. I thought it was Lipard, to be honest. So, yes. Because when it's the Toxicroak, I probably want to use something else. Yes. We want to use the Psychic Fangs on Basculin. Because I think they like to use a lot of swagger, set up to be really frustrating to beat. But yeah. Oh, there is an event spawn Merreep. I don't know if anyone is still playing the game in the chat, but it's there if they want it. Bye bye, as they say. Bye bye. I'm even tempted to try and actually do the next run through as a Nuzlocke on Shield, just to do a Nuzlocke maybe once a week. Because the thing is, I want to do the races, so if we're doing races, we can cancel, well not cancel, but rotate round the extra day. So if we're doing a Sword and Shield one, the Monday and the Thursday could be a Shield playthrough. That is a Nuzlocke or something, and then same with the Scarlet playthrough. But Scarlet I want to actually get through quickly, so I want to unlock Area 0. Because I would love to try and get the Paradox Pokemon shiny. I have only ever got Brute Bonnet myself shiny. I haven't really hunted in Scarlet, I've never got the shiny charm, but it would be nice to get it ticked off, if I'm honest. Which is fine. But the other thing I probably want to do is build brand new raid Pokemon from scratch when we get into the games a bit more, because at the end of the day they are kind of important too. I'm probably going to use the old Creamy for most of this gym, you know. Maybe use the Vikavolt in the final. Might be the best, because there's some stuff that really messes with you in the final, especially the Obstagoon. So that is something that we didn't really mention in the last gym, was the Rock Gym Leader actually has something from the Galar. The other 3 solo game ones actually just have Kanto ones with G-Max forms, which is very strange, because all of the rest of the gym leaders have Galar aces. It's something you could maybe criticise Paldea a bit more for, because their aces are just old Pokemon. That makes sense. If you go through the gym leaders, you've got Katie, Atticus, Iona. They are Teddiursa, Sudowoodo, and Mischievous. Then you've got Crabrawler, Altaria, not in any order here, Florges, Toxtricity, Staraptor. None of their aces are new Pokemon, which is a little bit disappointing. But they use some of the new Pokemon in their teams, which is interesting. So like Katie has a Nimble and a Tarantula thingy. Atticus has the Smoliv. Iona has Kilowattrel and Bellybolt. The Ice Chap has Veluza and Wugtrio. The Ghost one, does she have anything new? She has the Griefyard or the Houndstone. Grusha has Titan. The Psychic one has an Esprafra. I think that's Amphoraphoric. So takes away its big weakness in Ghost. What else do we have? Larry has a Dunsparce. And who is the other gym leader? That's it, isn't it? Yeah. But all their aces are all Pokemon just in Terra form, which is a bit weird. Larry's the most disappointing, I think, because it is a normal flying with a normal Terra. It's a bit meh, to be honest. I would have liked something a little bit more challenging, but then his battle is challenging because of the Nemona fight straight after. At least the Titans are all new. The Team Star people don't really have too many new things either. The first one doesn't. Well, you have the cars, but they're not typed correctly. The Fire one doesn't have. She has Torkoal. Poison. does have a room. Fighting has... Does fighting have a new one? Does she? Don't think they do. Fairy does have a dash button. But yeah. It's a little bit disappointing that there's not more spread, to be honest. But that's part of it, I guess. They wanted a bit of familiarity, and the more familiar everyone is, the better. So yeah. But this is obviously going to be a slower part of my story today, because, well, we are doing the slower part of the game. If I was doing this as a Nuzlocke, it may be a little bit more different, because then we would have to do a lot more planning. Like when we did the type block, that was a lot of fun. But because we are just doing, let's get to the end quickly, it's not as fun. There's not too much of a challenge. It's, I don't know whether, like, doing the Dynamax Adventures is considered cheating on speedruns or not. If we're honest, I've never really studied them, but imagine if they were, you could just get the Suicune and probably speedrun the whole game with a Suicune. But I don't know if there's better options, like just picking one of the starters, catching a Corviknight maybe could be pretty good for a sweeper. So I'm pretty sure Corviknight with the Steel move can take out everything in its path. It's good against the first gym. The second gym's a bit difficult, but it's good in the third gym. If you're doing the fighting type, it's brilliant. Then you've got the steel type. Then you've got rock and ice, which is weak to, but the steel moves are strong against. Here it's pretty good because most of them are fighting, or you'll have body press by now. So you probably can sweep this whole game with a Corviknight. The hardest battle is probably the Leon one. And strangely, I did it and I messed it up completely. I set the Corviknight up perfectly, and then for some inexplicable reason, I Dynamaxed into the Max Knuckle on the Charizard when I had built up body press to be +6. and I had already stealth rocked as well, and I would have one-shot it. And somehow I beat him with a... What is it? What is the middle one? The middle evolution of the Fire Starter. I can't remember its name. Raboot. That's the one. We beat it with a Raboot. Okay, we'll use this on that. Yeah. We're fine. Okay. That was difficult. Right to the end. Now I could start with Alcremie still. I do have enough Dazzling Gleam for the first battle and then swap into Vikavolt for the rest. Not the end of the world. But I do have to be a little bit smarter with the double battles, because, well, they are hard. I think last time I tried doing them I had a ground type with a Discharger, and that pretty much walked through most of it. Or something along those lines, so we were always doing big damage across the board. Like, we have Dazzling Gleam, but it's not much help. Sadly for this battle, but hey. Let's keep going. But as we said, the end game of here is so quick. Like, we've been going for an hour and a half, and we're about to get the 7th badge, and we had 3 when we started this today. And we weren't even in the 4th town. So that tells you just how quick it is. You can get 4 badges in an hour and a half, or will be 5 within the 2. That's the craziest thing about it. It is what this game is designed. Like, it's always strange when you look at games with the DLC, because you could do something similar with Paldea and go and catch some stuff, but they won't obey you, which is an interesting side story, shall we say. But you can go to the Blueberry Academy without a single badge to your name, get into it. The only thing you can't do is go into the clubhouse until you've finished at least a Nimona storyline. The Carmine, I mean. I probably should have checked a little bit more of it, to be honest, to see whether how much of it you could do before being champion, but we finished the game last time, or the base game, so we got the Celestials song that everyone bopped out to, because they do love themselves some Aegean and stuff, but hey, Celestials as they say, but we had to mute that because it would have got copyrighted on YouTube. Now we had to end the recording earlier. Fake out, Pierce. That's not how we play this game. That's how we play this game. You go down quickly and I continue my journey. In fairness, Pierce is probably my favourite of the gym leaders here. Having like a punk rock gym leader is fun. So now we go into this and we got the bug move, which is just going to obliterate Malamar. We get the names right eventually. There we go. Let's go ahead and bug bite. Because it is 4 times week. It made more sense to leave the other thing out. At the end of the day, it was going to do the same damage. I think my Jellicent actually has Dazzling Gleam too. So that might be my strategy for the right-hand battle. Alcremie and Jellicent. So I think it's got Icy Wind, so we might use Icy Wind and what's it called? Icy Wind and Dazzling Gleam. You can't use this move twice, my friend. Road Chop. Oop. What, I can't use Bug Buzz? Really? I did not know he was going to be this much of a problem. Luckily, we still have other things we can use. Now, paralyzed, please. Lovely. Poison Jab then, I guess, because we still can't use Bug Buzz. Good. Now can we use Bug Buzz? There we go. That's better. All of that set up and he still went down quickly. We might actually lose the Vikavolt here. It probably is one of my weakest 6 selection that I've taken to this when I've been doing these speed runs. But then I don't usually go past the gym getting the shiny charm. I'm quite happy to stop then. I don't really need to do too much. So we use this, because yes, he'll Sucker Punch, but we just survive. That's good. Accuracy is going to go down, so we may win. I didn't go for Sucker Punch, but I'm going to go down to Aftermath, sadly. We get the XP though. That's, I don't know, the Aftermath doesn't work when it's the last Pokemon. That's an interesting thing to learn. Didn't know that was a thing. Right, so now we'll go and do the right hand one. It doesn't take long again. So we said most of these battles we're too over-leveled for. We will just obliterate everything. We probably need to be a bit smarter because the free battles are very type dependent. I think there's an ice, a water and a fire one, but I gotta be careful which way round they are. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. So yeah. But how is everybody's day today? Are we all enjoying our shiny hunts? I did mention that I got a Furfrou in Go yesterday, which was crazy to think. I've been waiting a long time for a shiny Furfrou, and it just popped up out of nowhere. They got in. The zombies have got in. Do we think we can get this done by 2 o'clock? That is the question. That is the challenge. Leon, hello, sir. Good to see you, Leon. You go and do the story, and I'll just be here. I think I can just fly back. I don't even need to go through the tunnel. Can I fly back? No, I gotta go through the tunnel, because there's a little storyline bit that we don't see with how we're playing the game without cutscenes on. But whatever. Nope. There we go. Because there's a passed out Meowth if you have the cutscenes on. Right, can we now go to Hammerlock? I think I need to talk to Hop, don't I? Yes, Hop wants to talk to me again. He's very interesting. He always wants to tell me something of nothing. Doesn't help that I've got the cutscenes off, so we don't really see the storylines. Again, I've done this game so many times, I don't need to see the storyline for setting up for shiny hunting. That's the thing. All of what we're doing is setting the game up just to shiny hunt. Did we heal after that last battle? Yes, we did. You know what, we're going to stick with these two at the top for now, because I think the first one is water. I really do. But we'll see. If it is water, we're fine. Because we would like the electric move, but we also have Razor Leaf. So that's why we're looking at doing this. I think but they might have a dragon as well. So, yeah, we'll work it out when we get there. Because the electric one will take out the Pelipper, because it's quad weak. The Dazzling Gleam can do whatever the Dazzling Gleam's going to do, and we'll get on with it. Right, can you finish with the story, please? And off we go again. Let's go. Okay, you're going that way, you're going that way. Yeah, you'll go back that way, Hop. Follow your brother, who's clearly more successful and skillful than you. And we'll go this way. Because we would like our last badge. I've mentioned this is probably the hardest battle. The double battle itself is difficult, and so are the trainers. There's a lot to prepare you for these battles, because you have to do a lot of dealing with weather conditions. That's like his gimmick, is these are my weather conditions. I will make things difficult for you. So let's go. Let's dive on in. Okay, we'll go slowly. Now. Yes, yes, I understand. We do understand. Don't worry. Are you Pelipper Man? I am Sebastian. Okay, hi Sebastian. Yes, that's what I thought. You won't be a problem with these two. Because you also put up the rain, which makes my thunder hurt more. No, it doesn't make it hurt more, but it makes it just more accurate, I think. But I don't even have thunder, I just have raising voltage. So, Pelipper down. And probably Sliggoo down to a fairy move. I'll be honest, I can't see it surviving. Beautiful, beautiful. Easy does it. Easy peasy. Bop. But yeah, Yes, next time, do you want to attack, please, Sebastian? Right, I'm pretty sure the next one is fire. So if it's fire, well, the thing is, it doesn't make too much difference, I think. I'm going to go Basculin in case it's... No, it's no point doing Basculin. If I do this, I've got something for fire, and I've got something for... we do have something for ice. We don't have anything else for ice, whatever we do, so... But the grass might hurt the Jellicent, that's the only thing. Yeah, this was the fire one, okay, I was right. So we actually have a little bit of a plan for this one. We're going to Dazzling Gleam Turtonator down. Pretty much, because they've both got it. So I think this could do the work, yes. That's fine. Yes, now we've only got to deal with one and we can just bully our way through that battle. I think that's going to be enough. The annoying thing is the water move is dive. That's probably the worst thing about it. We'll just carry on with this. Do this. Okay, didn't need to worry. It went down in one. Must have got a lucky crit somewhere in there. So this next one is ice. So, you know what, we might keep what we've got, to be honest. Because I think it's... What is it? It's... Yeah, we'll keep with what we've got. Oh, it's too late now. If Jellicent does go down, it goes down. But I know it's a Bomber Snipe. I can't remember what the... Oh, that's the one. Yeah, so these... It'll be very weak to the Fairy move. So we'll probably use the Fairy move from Jellicent and the Fire move on the Abomasnow. I think it will one-shot both ways round, so we'll do this. There goes the Abomasnow, and this is probably going to be my lineup to start the battle. I know it does have Thunder Punch, the, what's it called? The Flygon, but I want to go with Icy Wind and Dazzling Gleam. It seems like the sensible option. Like, I don't think I can do it deathless, and that tells you just how hard this is, because I'm probably 15 levels above. Which is a bit crazy to say that you're 15 levels above and you're still worried that it might be difficult. And we are still burn. We can get rid of that because we do have burn heals. Again, I'm not worried about... Well, we'll put a potion on, why not? On this. Right. Yeah, we've got a team good enough for this battle. Like, the Boltland might struggle a bit, but... If I can get the old Creamy to Dynamax against the final one, that would be a dream scenario. But my dream is to get to Wendon within the next half an hour. Then I might do a Dynamax, and that will be today's session. Not the longest, but yeah, it just means we're prepared for where we need to go next. That's kind of the goal. Now we don't really want to Dynamax yet. We could do it, I guess, but it's not essential. We want to use this, and no, we want to use this. Didn't think that would one-shot, to be honest. I really thought the Flygon could take one. But our lucky crit came in. The Icy Wind was never going to knock that out on its own. Interesting. So we may just go for a double Dazzling Gleam here. It's a strange one because Surf would be the perfect move. Oh dear. Now we may do the same actually, because the Icy Wind might be... actually no, we'll do Razor Leaf. Oh no, that's only hits one thing. We'll keep with the Dazzling Gleam then. And we'll do Icy Wind again. Yeah, because I didn't think it would knock out the Sandaconda. But it means that we could 2-on-1 against the... what's it called? The Duraludon. So this is where you need to really prepare your spread moves. But the little El Creamy that could is always one of my heroes in these runs. See, the strangest thing is that all the normal weaknesses are not that great against this thing. But we're going to try something. Because I do like G-Max Finale. And we will also do this move again. Get the Double Fairy hit on it. It's not going to knock it out. And it's already a known fact we're not going to knock it out because it's a Steel type. But it's an interesting one because the Fire gets negated by the Dragon type. The Fairy gets negated by the Steel type. So does the Ice. So it loses all of its weaknesses that you would naturally go for against the Dragon type. Obviously it does have Ground and Fighting it's weak to, but that is a different story. But let's see how this one goes. Big hit. G-Max Finale. Okay, that did one shot. Didn't think it would. But as we said, El Creamy is so broken. It's such a good Pokemon. Doesn't get the praise it deserves. Because everyone just looks at it as a big cake that's not really doing too much. But let's see, what is the next chapter? Now, we're going to go up to Wyndham, so we've got about 5 or 6 trainers to beat. Shouldn't take too long, because again, we are still over leveled. Because we're lazy. No, it's just how this game was unfolded for us. We knew it was going to happen. I don't mind. I can handle it. We're happy. Whatever. A nice little handshake. See, my question is more, what are these trainers between beating the 8th gym leader and the actual Champions Cup? Because they're, to me, if you've been in the 8 gym leaders, you should be in the Champions Cup, not lurking en route to get beaten. You never see them again. But yeah. Never mind. Right. We get, what, Dragon Scale? No, Dragon Breaking Swipes, that's the one. I knew it was a dragon move. Couldn't remember the name. And a uniform, which we're never going to put on. Because I think we're quite happy with our outfit. And here's Hop to get in the way again. Right. Off we go then. We've probably got that ball already. No, more cutscenes. Congratulations, as they say. And now I think Sonia gets promoted to a scientist. So the main reason why you need to finish the game is to unlock the Swords of Justice in the post-game, or in the DLC. If you can get away with stopping here and not everything level scaling, I believe, we are going to confirm this when we get to Wyndham. We can do it now, but there's not much point. I don't really mind. But that's the only reason why I don't want to level scale it. So if I do shiny hunts in the wild area, they're low level. Pretty much, we don't need to run into level 60s all day, every day. Oh, come on. More cutscenes. Hop didn't take long to beat Raihan. He can't be that good of a champion. Let's go. An event whooper in the chat. Yes, now we're here. Go out here, get another cutscene. To go, oh, look at this area. Okay. Race you to the top. Of course you're going to beat me, because you don't have to battle every trainer. I do. I think I can dodge a large number of them. But I can't remember just how many. Like this evil scientist, Dr. Grimm, with a Gardevoir, which isn't very icy. I was expecting an ice type, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that could have done more. It could have done a lot more, if I'm honest. And that was a crit on me. Did a lot of recovery, that should not have done that much. Okay, we'll try our own fairy move. We get, I guess, the boost from it. Should have done that first. Never mind. Let's go. Level 68. The old Creamy is doing the business. Right. Let's go. Who's next? Okay, we can dodge this guy at the top if we get him looking the wrong way, which we did. Same with this one. We missed that dodge. That one is dodgeable, but I made a mistake. Weave out at least, and we can use a fairy move here and save some fire. I think that's more important. Because there'll be more ice types than dark types, or fighting types. That's the main reason. Yeah, we've made this with ease. As I said, we will check the wild area to make sure we don't mess this up, but otherwise we're pretty good to go. Magical leaf. It's not very powerful, but it should be enough. Not quite enough. But then it'll probably die to hell, actually. Yeah. No, it didn't die to hell. Never mind. But magical leaf always hits, I believe. So that's fine. Easy. Right. That's you done. I think I have to face one of the next two, whatever happens. There isn't a way of dodging these two. Like, there's no way of missing both. One's Delibird and one has other stuff I can't remember. But it is Jeffrey the Cabbie. With a Corviknight, that'll be very weak to fire. So that's not too bad. It does make sense that the Cabbie has the ride Pokemon as well. So that's good. It should probably die to this, right? Yes, easy. I think he's only going to have one, isn't he? You only need one, you're a Cabbie. But then maybe not. Maybe not. A Flygon, okay, that's even easier. We've just seen a Flygon die to a Dazzling Gleam, so don't need to worry too much. It may survive, actually, but because the one against Raihan was a crit, we have to remember that. Sorry, Jeffrey. Why is there not a Flygon cab? Right, the last little bit is a little bit more frustrating because you do have to face all of these three. One is a double battle. There's no healing up here, but let's face it, Alcremie's doing most of the work pretty well. This probably has Sturdy, so as long as I can do... Oh no, it has Sandstream, of course. But we have a big grass move, so we should be able to one-shot it. But I could be wrong. Let's go. One big... No, not one-shot it. Interesting. Dodge. Lovely Alcremie, lovely. Good Alcremie. Yeah, I forgot it's actually changed the weather, so it doesn't hit me. So if we have had recording of the full day of a dog barking in the background, it's because one of my neighbours has seemingly gone out and left their dog. This has been barking non-stop for about 5 hours now. It is crazy. Oh, this one will die to a leaf move or a grass move. Quad week, baby, quad week. Very happy to be out in the snow and there we go. Lovely jubbly. Lovely. Bop. Right, this one. The double battle will be nice if it could survive, but if it does die, it dies. Gentleman Glenn. Hello. You look a bit like Walter White, I'm not gonna lie. If he was British and a higher class man. Something that would be very interesting to actually try in this game is battling every proper battle and seeing if you see everything in the Pokedex. It's something I've never really tried before. There's a Phalanx. We can do a Phalanx. He has luxury balls. He's a good trainer. Got it. All the Phalanxes are down. Bye-bye. Now the next one, as I say, is a double battle. It is a little bit more difficult. Oh no, he's still got one more left. He's got the grapple lock, but that's going down to a Dazzling Gleam 2. If I can get one big hit in before going down in the final battle would be good, but doesn't make too much difference. We will make it to Wyndham, check the wild area, make sure it hasn't level scaled up, because that would be really frustrating. If it has, we'll end up doing the Champions Cup basically. And we'll learn from our experience and then not do all 8 badges. But I'm pretty sure it goes up when you become champion. He has a Pinchurchin on his shirt. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Not the best matchup for me, I'll be honest, but we're going to get rid of this. And you know what, we may just Dazzling Gleam, because the Helioptile may be faster than me. Heliolisk. Maybe Heliolisk. Jellicent, not great. Thunder. Alcremie survived, but it got paralysed. I can't believe how creamy, how brutally tough it is. Just won't go away. It's going to die to hell. Sadly. It went down. Right. We've got a ground move, so we use that from now on. It is strange that it went after the old Creamy, though I will say that. We're going to probably do the same move, because at the end of the day, oh no, that thing's fast. What? Oh, fair enough. It hits everyone, I didn't realise that. I wondered why it attacked its own pocket monster. A little bit annoying, but nuzzle. That's going to paralyse me, isn't it? And that should knock out Tokudamaro. Beautiful. Bye bye, sir. Yeah, so when I say I'm going to try and do all the battles, it's mainly just to see if it does actually unlock everything. What you get for getting them all on, so then maybe hunt them in order. But then that's another save completely, which is something we weren't really planning on doing. Yeah, we might as well dive, you know. Because if we're not paralysed, we can dive and then get a second hit on whatever they bring out. Unless that was the last one. No, I think she has 3, but we took out the guy with 2 first. Oh, a Noibat. Interesting. A Noivan even. Dodging. We get a big hit. The dive might hurt it, but it might not do enough. No, it doesn't. Wow. But the hell didn't take it out either. The frustration of nearly knocking it out. We're going to probably do the same. Because at the end of the day, we will do enough damage with just one, so we might as well try our luck with a dive to get the double hit on the next Pokemon. Oh no, that was it. Okay, never mind. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it then. That's all the train's done. We've made it to Wyndham. The Corvisquires are flying away. We've made it to Wyndham/London, depending on what you want to call it. In game, it's called Wyndham. In real life, it is meant to be London. Because it's got like the big Trafalgar-like square, the streets running through, the big arena stadium. I think there's even a big Ferris wheel somewhere. Yeah, it's a very, very nice design town. It would be nice to explore more of it, but that's for a few years down the line, I guess. But you've got like the full like flying Evos there, the big rockety statues. We're going to go in there just to make sure we unlock it. The last thing I want to do is not have everything unlocked and come back and find I've got to go up that hill again. But yeah. So yeah, we've done what we need to do. We've finished. We got to where we want to go. So we got the shiny charm. We've got everything we want. That is like Waterloo Station, I believe. Should we go in there, have a look? Is it the stadium or is it a museum? It is the station. So that's like a big area. Of course, it's a train station. What do you expect it to be? Shall we do some shopping? We can do a tiny bit of shopping. Maybe see if there's anything new here. I have a special style card, yes. Anyway, let's see what you have to offer. T-shirt. We have tracksuits now. We have suits. Do we want to wear a suit and look extra smart? Doesn't really work with the shirt we got underneath, to be honest. Get a motorcycle jacket. I don't really like them. We get the tracksuits. Not too bothered. I kind of like the one we've got. The basic hoodie. Dress pants. Trousers, please. What have we currently got? That's quite a lot of money, but we won't go with that. Get some proper trousers. I'm not worried about them. Loafers? Do we want some loafers? Creepers? They're not creepers. What is a creeper? Punk rock. Okay, the shoes are a bit boring, aren't they? Not gonna lie. I don't know what a creeper is. Is that meant to be a trainer? I'm not really good with my clothes. No, we'll keep that because I don't really like any of the shoes. What is our bag? Our bag is really boring. But so are most of these, to be honest. I don't quite get why the bag is so big for the male characters. Sport cap, well, we're not having a beret. Okay, I don't get much else. We get sunglasses. Poison ones? No. Okay. We should put glasses on. The gimmick is always that I have some form of glasses on. It's just been a bit of an running joke now. So we get the glasses. I do want some different shoes, you know, but I don't know which ones to get. They're all really bad shoes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really impressed with any of these, but we may just go with these. Why not? We've got the money to spend. We're not going to use it for anything else. Yes, we are done shopping. We are the most unstylish person in Galar now. Right, so we said we'll go to the wild area to have a little check on the encounters and make sure they haven't level scaled, because that would be really frustrating. And then we'll go and do one Dynamax adventure. Actually, have you got anything? I don't have anything, so it doesn't matter too much. We haven't done many DAs. Which one is this? It's only a Combi. It is still level... Is it? Yes, they don't level scale. That's good. That would have been probably the most frustrating part of it, if they had gone up in level. As soon as I'm champion, they'll become level 60, so it's a bit annoying. They're all catchable and everything, it's just meh. I don't need to deal with things that level. So I'm going to do some DAs, or at least one. So if anyone does want to do a DA, you'll have to let me know. But otherwise, I think I'm going to go in solo. Let's just see. We did have quite a lot. We might just get some of this so we can stock up on luxury balls. It would be good to get to the 999. If I'm honest, what's the current total? What is 215? Okay. Let's go and do this quickly, then we'll do some DAs. It gives everyone a chance. If they do want to come and do some DAs, let me know. Otherwise, I'll do one of my own before we finish today, and that will be it. But yeah, if it's on my own, I'll probably do something easy like a Uxie or an Azelf. Maybe we could get the first legendary, I guess. But we're going to try and just farm through as much of this as possible. Hopefully we can get the one where it triggers and goes a bit crazy. And he does the extra like 100 lot of watts. And the other side of this is we will be doing this to get all the fossils. And we will probably do a little spell where we come and do... Now this is the one we wanted to happen. Where we do the Cubfu storyline too. But we may do that thing where you take it out. If you take it out of the game, it kind of breaks the story, from what I remember or heard. We'll try it, see what happens. Because I don't really need to do the Cubfu storyline, it's just there. So this is the bit we were looking for. So this kind of breaks the watt total. It just keeps going and going until he gets tired. I don't know if it matters how many times I do this to what the total is. But this seems to be the highest I think I've ever seen it go. If I'm honest. It is just going and going. This may be broken. Okay, that's absolutely insane. There's 50,000. 350,000. And he's still going. That's the biggest I've ever seen this guy do in all my time playing this game. I've never seen them go that mad. I guess the best way to do this is to start at the top and work our way down. That was insane. I've never seen them do 400,000. If I'm honest, in all my time playing this game. Usually it's like between 150 and 200,000 for me, but 400,000. Can you have luxury balls now? So now I do have to do some travelling around. I could fly to a couple more, but I may as well just walk it. Because there's one in this corner. We have Dreadnoughts and Quagsars. I wonder what they were. I couldn't make it out because they're all sort of merged into one. There should be a Dreadnought there. And you. What do you have, sir? Netballs. I probably could just stock up on all of them, to be honest. We said that we would be doing a bit of mixing them around. But yeah, let's just keep going. Actually, this one I should have flown to because it's actually at the fast travel point of the daycare centre. Dusk Noir. Hello, sir. I think... No, we go right round because there's the gap here, I think. Oh, something tried to get me. Oh, this will be annoying if this isn't luxury balls. Timer balls. Oh, no. Sabotage. Oh, that's a Cupchew. For a minute I thought it was going to be a Grabalot? No, Clobbopus. We can actually go across here now. I will be taking a few suggestions on what to make our catching wands. Obviously I know my violet one, but I can't use my violet team in here because of levels. A Purloin. Bye-bye. So we did make it to the 2 o'clock, which is what we said. We wanted to unlock that. Which is really good, as we said. Snorlax, just chill in there. You're the Pearl Lady. So we have 3 left. It's easier if I just go to this one and probably fly to the one outside Motorstoke. It makes more sense to me. Might be wrong. Right. Definitely have to work on some of the colouring in the wild area. It's not quite right for my end. We want that one. So we've got 2 left to check. Otherwise, all of this was for nothing. But I guess it wasn't. We did get all the watts we needed. Please have luxury balls. The disappointment. The disappointment. Let's keep going then. One last chance. That's where we're at. Otherwise, we have nothing to add. We have enough to do one, so but we've got enough to do a lot. It was just I was trying to clear it up so I could just do DAs next time. And you don't have them either. Really, all of them don't have them. Wow. That's a bit of bad luck, to be honest. But that means we can check next time. We'll be on this again on Thursday, so that is fine. Let's go and do this one DA and see if we can get ourselves a shiny. I forgot what I've got on my paths. So what do we have? Oh, we have Blacephalon. Maybe we'll do Blacephalon. We've been trying to get that ourselves for a while. So, solo. Right, we have nothing good, which is a good start. I'm probably going to... I don't even know what to take. I guess take this. Wow, it's just getting worse. And worse. Oh god, this is probably the worst team I've ever seen. I'm going to have to go right. Because at least there's 2 ground types on the right. And maybe go for the ghost. I guess it's going to be the best option. So it'll want to set up Sunny Day, the heat wall, before it tries to attack, which is also annoying. Hello Sheriff, still dancing away there. Thank you for supporting today. It has been one of our slower days today, to be honest. I'm going to do this. Probably not the smartest play, but it'll do. Let's get there and beat it. And yeah, we just want to get some of this done, really. And we're only going to do one, because why not? So yeah. Oop, we want the Mimicry. Okay. This is the still one. That's not also good to take into the final. I'm probably looking to take the second ground type. But I could take the water type if need be. Actually, the water type's kind of scary. Maybe we go... No, Slazzle's useless, actually. Or Salandit's useless. It is a very strange decision what we take here. Of course it has that move. Sunny day, okay. It'll want to use a different move, won't it? So I'm going to do this so it can get that move in. Because it wants to use Solar Beam. Basically. Okay, it's going to die, isn't it? I know it did survive. It avoided the attack, of course it did. Well, Munchlax was here, doing something helpful. So, we're going to have to hope the computer takes this one. I really do. I'm still strong enough to handle the next thing. I need that heat more to go. If I'm being perfectly honest. If nobody takes this, we don't win. But it's also weak to fire. It's just that it can hit fire quite hard. I don't have a ground move, which is also a bit annoying. Oh, because that's the perfect outcome. Actually, I do have a rock move. So this isn't too bad to deal with, because it only has a poison move and a normal move. So it's not actually terrible. But then it's also not... Well, I guess it resists everything that the final boss has. It's just the Screech is really helpful. We may just go for an Ice Shard on it to start with. Just chip at it a bit. I don't know why I was thinking Superpower would be good, but for some reason I did. That makes the Mimikyu an electric type, I think. No? Okay. Munchlax is doing most of the work. We're probably going to have to stick with this, because it's actually going to hit. What's he going for? Max Strike. Okay, it can be fine. It's on the Steel type, doesn't hurt it. A Light Screen. Magnemite is just doing all the setups. Munchlax is doing all the damage. Okay. We'll do a Superpower, because it's stronger. Who's he done that to? Munchlax, of course. Yes, it does weaken me, but I'm not doing too much damage anyway. Okay. Probably not going to Dynamax, because there's not much point. We're just going to do this. So, the thing is, even Screech is not that helpful against this, or for this. So, I could try Rock Tomb, if I could get a good item. If I can get the EVL item, we may stick with this in the final. A bit crazy, but don't have much of a choice. Sadly. Right. I can't take it. We're going to have to go for What was that water type at the end? That was Relicanth. Should have got. No, we probably wouldn't have beaten Relicanth. To be honest, we would have had to go through Wigglytuff too, which would have been very difficult. An Eviolite, and we stick. Ooh, it's potential. It is potential. So what we can do is actually use the rock move in the final, but we can take a hit. And the computer can take the Jellicent, because it's going to be weak to the ghost moves, but it has mortar moves that can do a lot of damage. I've only got one move that's not weak to it, or not very effective, which is great fun. Okay, the thing that can use an electric move is not using the electric move. Now, okay, that's not too bad for a round on our own. Screech, lovely. I think that helps the Thunder Punch, and the Rock Tomb maybe? Oh, that's going to hurt. Okay, that's Munchlax, that's fine. Because ideally Munchlax is the thing that swaps, if we're being honest. I think that's probably the best pick. Do we get the Thunder Punch? Doesn't matter. We beat it. And some luxury balls. Okay, so I'm going to have to let the computer take this, I feel. I just don't think it's worth the risk. With what we've got, we would like the Magneton to take it, to be honest. If we could handpick the computer to take it, it would be Magneton. And of course it was the thing that I wanted to keep the most. And the Magneton wanted to swap. Of course. I should have just gone with it myself. Get the Max Geyser up. Okay. So we're going to probably go into the Max Rock move. It's going to do some big damage, but I'm worried we're going to lose. Let's see. Rock Tomb would have been good even if without it, but I'm pretty much hoping we can just survive one hit. There goes Munchlax. Here comes the Beast Boost. This is very scary already. I'm hoping Jellicent will just use Eve for Trick Room or Dive. And it uses Icy Wind. It had two good moves, and it's up to me now to hurt it. What a weird game. So let's get another. Who's he go for? Magneton. Fine. It's not going to do much damage. I've just got to try and beat this before I faint now. I think we could probably get it done. Icy Wind. Stop using Icy Wind. You could have used Trick Room if you were going to do some speed shenanigans. But I need you to actually hit it. Because I think we both die to one shots. Even with my Eviolite on. We do still have 2 lives. Dive, that is good at last. Hello Gavin, welcome in. How are you today? Oh, just Mystical Fire missed, lovely. Very surprised we won this one, to be honest. I was just running one DA to sort of end things off today, but we pretty much just ran through the game today. We got all 5 of our remaining badges and unlocked Wyndham, which was fun. I thought we'd do one of these. If you feel like you want to battle with me, that'll be okay. As in ADA or an online battle. Are you talking about? Let's see. Do we get a shiny to make this whole ordeal worth it today? It's been a slow day. Let's see. Shiny? No. Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay. Well, we can do one then. I'll do one more. Because we haven't reached, like, I try to do 3 hours. It's just, it's been quite a slow day today. Are you happy to do Blacephalon? Or not? And I need to go online first. Oh, Death Stranding. Okay. Right, we're online. Yes, yes. Let's go then. We'll do one more Blacephalon. When you get done with battle, can I join? Yes, yes, we'll do one. It is up. I'm not sure if you're in ads or not, so let's just put the code in here. If you can't see it, so that is the code that we use. Yeah, I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Yeah, it's been quite a quiet stream today, to be honest. So I think for like the last hour, it's just been me. So it's one of those difficult ones when you're doing a bit of the story grind, and we're not really doing anything difficult in the story. We're just speed running it to unlock the shiny charm, which was what we should have done before. But the next time we're on this game, we will be focusing purely on DAs, which will be on Thursday. Yeah, we're not having Thursday off this week, we're having Wednesday off. But you're happy with Blacephalon, you know that you would like water and dark mostly. Ground and rock are good, but I like using the water types because Max Geyser weakens the fire moves. Max Darkness weakens its special defense. So ground and rock are good, but the other two do more helpful stuff in the long run. Yeah, we'll let you join this one, and as I say, it'll probably just be one for today, and then I will finish off and trying to get the code, as in it's not reading it, or are you definitely online your end? Because I know I wasn't originally. I forgot to do that bit. Community. I've done it myself so many times. Especially, it's usually worse when it's like the first battle of the day. No worries, there's still like 30 seconds to go. So you won't, there's plenty of time. You'll be able to just log on and go. There won't be any problem. I'm only going to be doing it against the computer otherwise, and I probably won't do one just against the computer. There isn't much point for me to do one against the computer. I want my things to be more interactive. I just wanted to do one to sort of end things off today. So I'm going to back out of this one, and we'll rehost. That'll be the easiest thing. It would have been different if we had got like 3 or 4 people already, but it's not a problem when it's just 2 of us. I don't have my other Switch ready to be a second player. Yeah, wait till I've gone into the invite bit or it won't work. So now you can try to join, and it should work this time. So on this save, we officially have 0 shinies. So yeah, that's a thing that we have to deal with. but we'll get there eventually. Like when I was doing the DAs through April, we got so many shinies. It was crazy. But this month, we've only done a few. This is only the second one we've done with a shiny charm. But it is ready for you to jump in if you want to. It should all be ready, and even if you would put it into it, there we go. It's probably just the two of us today, so that's not a problem. As we say, water and dark are my preferred choices, but ground and rock are still fantastic. We don't really want this Slowpoke though, but we can take it for now. Nice, nice. Right, there's nothing really great there, so the Abomasnow, don't take the Abomasnow, computer. Okay, you took the two ice types. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. The computer is trying to sabotage us. So, we are gonna have to go left. Yeah, we want that Politoed basically. That is our prime target, is Politoed. Because it has Drizzle, so we don't even need to worry about Max Geyser. Which is massive. The best thing to do will be to see whether the computer wants to swap for the first one, because you could be helpful for the last water type. This is still not great, to be honest. If we're being perfectly honest. Nobody has anything strong against it, so we're just going to make it rain. So no worries. I know that sometimes you can pop off somewhere quickly during the attacks. Myself, to be honest, they can take a while. Let's get some more drinks. As we sort of say, this is kind of one of the scariest first battles we've ever done, I think. The problem is we need both the ice types to go away. Especially the Abomasnow, but we wouldn't mind the Abomasnow for the next battle. Oh dear. This doesn't even have a ghost move, so it's not that much help, I don't think, for the final. It's just a very awkward Pokemon, really. But I feel like the Politoed could win it for us. I could stick with this. We're going to have to do a bit of... I'll go through, and you'll have to take stuff if the computer doesn't want it. This one don't consider taking at all. Don't need to worry about it. We will not bother. So yeah, there's that one. Yeah, so for this one, don't take it whatsoever. For the Politoed, I'm going to press no, and if the computer takes it, let the computer take the Politoed. If it says no, you're going to have to take the Politoed. Politoed is more important than whatever the last water type is. And this is why this thing is the worst thing we had. Like, we had to go through it, whatever happened. But it's annoying just how not helpful it is. But you can Dynamax if we get to the Dynamaxing in the next battle. It's not a problem. Just spam your electric moves. Because it is a Politoed, as we said. Not very friendly to your electric moves. But you should be able to take a few hits in Dynamax form. I just would like to not lose any more lives. Abomasnow, I'm looking at you. But the problem is the Abomasnow, Vanillish and the Aegislash are not going to stand much of a chance in the final. So that's a problem. So yeah, we'll have to look at that. So let's see if we can destroy the Doublade. I wouldn't mind Doublade shiny. Like, we've never had one at this line. No worries. What I say is don't take this one if you can. We'll leave this. If the computer wants it, they can have it. It's going to be dealing with the computers being a bit of a problem the whole way through this run. They took 2 ice types and we're facing a fire type. And one of them is quad weak. But with the Politoed, do all the catching, but I'm going to press no and see if the computer wants it. If the computer wants it, go for it. Yes and no. That had a grass move for the Politoed, which would have been nice. But you can Dynamax here, so just get as much damage done as possible, really. But as I said, I'll press no. If the computers both say no, take it. If one takes it, let them take this one, because you'll be very helpful in the next water battle. That'll be the goal. Because at the end of the day, Politoed is the most important Pokemon on this route. Because of that, the drizzle. Are you planning on getting yourself a Switch 2 eventually, or not? For most of what I play, it kind of wasn't as worth it to get a Switch 2. Nice. It's one of those weird ones where I wanted it for ZA, and because I had seen the problem Sony had created with the PS5, I just didn't want to risk not getting it near a ZA's release. But Nintendo made enough to cope with everything, so we were fine. It has been good, thank you. How about yourself? As I said, we've done 5 badges today, so we've actually unlocked the whole map, which is kind of what we should have been doing a bit earlier, but we kept doing the DAs a bit too much. Okay. It's like mid-afternoon for me. So, yeah. And we, as we said, we're just going to do this one, and then we're going to probably stop today. Because then on Thursday we're going to go a bit harder on DAs. That'll be the plan. Thursday for the big DA day, now that we've got the shiny charm, we've got the maps unlocked, we can just get on with the game. But we had to get to... I didn't know you had Scarlet. No, have you got just Scarlet or have you got both copies? Because I have both, but I've only got the DLC for Violet. I've never really I didn't want to get the second one yet. It's one that may be a luxury in the future. There isn't too much benefit for it for me. Okay, nice, nice. Are you enjoying Scarlet? It is nice to have a big open world, though, I will say. It's and the fact that you can literally see everything. I know everyone's talking about just how different it is on the Switch 2, but it's still enjoyable on the Switch 1. I think where I've always found myself in different position to a lot of other people is, I know a lot of people that did a lot of the sort of travelling around. I don't really have too many friends on the Switch, to be honest. I've got about 2. I don't really do much on there. The only thing I've got on there is the new Mario Kart. At the moment, so... And most people can just open lobbies and stuff, which is what we've been doing when we've been playing with people. Yeah, so this, as we said, I use Future Sight. So where I use Future Sight, I'm making it more powerful with the nasty plots. And yeah, it's something you can use with Slowbro. But remember, I'm going to press no. If the computer doesn't take this, take it. If one of the computer wants it, let them have it. Otherwise, it'll be a very difficult final. The the Drizzle is going to basically win us the final. So, and I've got a water move. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Let's see whether the computer wants it. Does one of them want it? Okay, we can let the Vanillish take it then. That'll be good. Because it's got water and ground. Yeah, we can all catch them on the DAs. It's not a problem. You're going to hopefully take this Golduck. Yeah. So you'll take Golduck in the final. If you want to Dynamax now, you can. I think it's on your turn to Dynamax. Because your electric moves will hit a lot harder if you do. And we've actually got a nice water team for this final. Yeah, we'll be able to heal a little bit of damage that we took in the last battle. So we should be at best health. But otherwise, I think we're ready for this final. Considering what our starting team was, it didn't look promising. I'll be honest, but now it looks very good. I believe Golduck also has Swift Swim, so it'll hit a lot faster. I'm going to have to do the same as what I just did, because I've got nothing for it. Yes. Let's go. Big strike on me, that's fine. I know I'm going to get hit quite a lot. As long as I can get the Future Sight up, will be good. Big hit with the electric move. Earth power, okay. Whatever. And the sword is going to make itself stronger. Okay, Pokemon Go is a lot of fun. It's one of those mistaken games. I think people think it's more than it is, but it's actually it's one of the few games that it actually encourages you to do exercise more. There's a lot of games that don't do that. So yeah, I like that addition to the game. Why didn't you help the Manectric computer? Okay. Whatever, computer. Big Swift. Okay. Let's see, what else can we get out of this battle? I'm just going to keep doing this move. Let's beat this one. Again, can't do much else. None of my moves really hurt it. Hopefully, if we get the big electric move, we'll get big damage on this one. Aquajet on the ghost, fine. Big hit there. No worries, no worries. We should get through this one pretty easily. Just remember, you're taking this Golduck for the final. No, because then we will pretty much guarantee a victory. And just use the water moves, it doesn't matter. You will probably knock it out in one go. Because we'll have potentially 3 water moves going. Just ignore the computer, just take it. Don't think about it, just take it. Because, as I say, the damage we're going to have with Drizzle, a water move, and potentially a third one, we will beat this in one go. Blacephalon is one of the easiest Ultra Beasts to beat with the right moveset, and Drizzle takes away No, that was me again. That was my future sight. Because I couldn't do anything to it. Thank you, McVeigh. How are the games? Let's see. Yeah, you take this one, and yeah, you can use brine or aquajet, and we'll get through this really, really quickly. Don't worry. Get rid of that. I've got too many things open here. I'm lost to where I am. I don't think I need that one. I need this one. You already have this one. I thought... I said I was doing Blacephalon, and you didn't say you had got it already. I'm risking this because I might be able to take one hit. And it's shiny as well. That's annoying. We've been hunting this ourselves for about 2 months now, on and off. I picked this one because it was an easy one. I didn't realise you had it shiny. But I guess you could get one of the other 3 shiny Pokemon. That could help with your collection. But as we said, we're only going to do this one and then we're going to finish off for today. Helping hand onto me, not too helpful if I don't survive. Fire Blast, that's why we want Drizzle up. I guess it's still going to knock the Doublade out because it's rubbish. The Beast Boost is scary, but I've got a Helping Hand and Max Geyser. Okay, Gavin, thank you. I will do. Hopefully, we are going to beat this in one. But I think your Aquajet will do the finishing touches in the next go. We don't need to worry. Aquajet will finish it off. And then, yeah, we can check our shinies and wrap up for the day. But thank you for coming in to have a couple of games. On Thursday we'll be trying to do this for a couple of hours. Just the DAs, because they are good as a team effort. We've got a lot more done in the past. As we said, we did most of them in April. In April we managed to get, I think, 400 done. And we got 17 shinies, 5 legendaries too. We had a really good month. Not as good as our friend boy from Belgium, but we still did really well. But we'll be doing races probably on Sundays. Nice, nice. Let's see, did we get a shiny? I don't think, nope, nope. Blacephalon, no, no shiny. Not today. I will still save the path, because it's a nice one. Oh no, this challenge is designed to do, be to get as many as I can. Anything we get traded, we would probably have to trade away eventually, so I don't want to take anyone else's shinies. Part of my challenge is to get my own trainer ID on everything. So yeah, that's my thing. Like, I'm going to be giving away pretty much all of the shinies we've already got that don't have my trainer ID on. So yeah, but thank you for the offer. We have everything on the Switch. So we got Scarlet Violet, Sword Shield, Legends Arceus, Shining Pearl, and Let's Go Eevee. We don't have Diamond and Pikachu. But we have finished the badges today, and we'll be on... We're going to try and do a Union Circle in Violet tomorrow.